Taylor Prokes, welcome to the Maybe Running Will Help podcast. It's so nice to meet you virtually. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to chat.
Yeah, so I sort of like I find a lot of guests. It's like a roundabout way. Like I'm looking into something I'm interested in, and then I find out like people that are connected to it. So the big ass calendar was how I found you. I was
Love it.
yes, so I got the calendar. I'd seen it like on a couple of people that I like really admire. Andy Glaze, Matt Johnson, like they all have it. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? So I looked into it, ordered it, and I was like, I have no idea how to use this. So I basically Googled the big ass calendar and came across, actually, no, I went into Spotify because I'm like a podcast, like, I listen to it on my run. So I was like, maybe there's a podcast on it. And then I found you. You were on some podcasts. And
Oh,
then I
I
was like,
love
oh my
that.
God. I was like, she's a runner. I gotta have her on. I want to learn everything
I
about
love
everything.
that.
So yeah.
Yeah, the Big Ass Calendar can be intimidating for people who have never used it. I
Yeah.
always tell people to start with holidays. Like the holidays are the holidays, they're not changing. Put all the holidays on your calendar. Put like 10 to 20 birthdays that you want to like celebrate and you might have like dinners or plans around. And just that alone will give your year structure for how to piece everything else around it because you know the high and low times of work and you can kind of see how it all flows together. People
Yeah.
aren't used to looking at their year at once, but I find that's like the best introductory way to start doing it and then putting all the big things on the calendar.
That's actually really helpful. I think I'm like by nature an overthinker. So, and I want things to be perfect. So it was really scary to put like the first thing on there. And
But it's dry erase. It could always come off.
I know. Um and then I was like, okay, well this is supposed to be all about me. So then when I was like overthinking birthdays, it was but once I get started, I'm like fine. So
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
very helpful. But a bit like that I learned about you. So you're also the CEO of 100 Mile Group, which is a creative agency. Um, and you're the head of brand and growth for Jesse Itzler. So, oh my God, wait. Um, I learned something about him, and this is like blowing my mind. Was he a rapper?
He was. Like, when he graduated college, he got a record deal. So he was a rapper, like, he was on, like, the MTV show at the time.
What?
Like, he, like, performed as a rapper, and he had a full-blown record deal. He did, the song "Shake It Like a White Girl." Yeah, it's, like, very,
What?
like, curveball for people who don't know that side of, like,
Yes.
that
No.
past no, it's past life stuff, and it actually it went from so he was a rapper, and then he got dropped from his record label, but he's very even now, like, he can create jingles and spoken word and speeches, like, he's a very, very good writer, and so I totally see how this happened, but he started writing jingles for sports teams, and he wrote "Go New York Go," which is, like, the New York Knicks anthem that's played at every game. I was at a Knicks
What?
game with Jesse 2 days ago, and they played it. So it's, like,
What?
crazy.
That's
Like, he has
crazy.
so much lore that goes through all these different industries, but yeah.
This is why I love talking to people because there's so much that you're just like, what? People's stories are like amazing. Like for you, like you're super creative and just at first glance I'm like, okay, she's super creative and she's definitely like an entrepreneur, like all this, but you have a background like in finance, right? Like you have a degree in finance.
Yeah, I got my degree in finance and economics.
That's
Yeah.
wild, which is, like, so hard. I only know how hard it is because my daughter is a sophomore, and she was a double major of accounting and finance, and she was finance, like, basically ruined her life this year.
It was hard and it's not anything that I'm naturally good at, but when I was in college, I thought when I took marketing classes, I'd go to like the first couple classes and I felt like I was getting nothing out of them, so I felt like I was wasting my education. That was my idea. I was like, I need to feel like I'm learning. I need to feel like I'm getting pushed. In hindsight, I was like, oh, I was just good at something, and if I would have stuck with it, I would have gotten to the harder classes. But to me, I was like, no, I need to feel super pushed in order to be getting the most out of my education. So I
Wow.
did things I was bad at. I wouldn't
Hmm.
suggest that. I wish I would have gone into things I was good at, but I didn't know better. So that's
Right.
how I ended up there.
Is that, like, a part of your personality to just kind of, like, chase hard things?
Maybe, like, unconsciously.
Okay.
I just was like I just wanted to make the most out of college, and I'd never wanted to feel like I was wasting the opportunity, and I remember sitting in marketing classes feeling like I could have taught that class.
Oh,
Why
okay,
would I
yeah.
take this class, you
Uh-huh.
know? But, I didn't know what it meant to, like, lean into things that you were good at. I just thought that everyone thought it was easy, you know what I mean? I wasn't like, "Oh,
Yeah.
maybe only you think it's easy because you're good at it, and maybe some
Yeah.
of it's just innate." But lean into that.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, when did you figure out you needed to lean into your marketing?
Um, well, I was in corporate finance, and I would say I was very much like a personality hire there, like, because I wasn't good at finance. Like,
Okay.
I wasn't good at sitting in Excel all day, that's what that finance job was, and then I went into sales after that, and I was very good at sales just from the sense of I can talk, I can get people to trust me, I'm very personable, and I'm good at listening to people, so I can get them to a solution that they want. And but I there's always like a creative part. Like I like building things. I like creating communities and getting people to come. And there's just things that happen like innately, like positioning things as a package is how I'm good at seeing that. And I very much appreciate good branding. And I didn't really know that that was like a something that I should lean into as a job until over time you realize like other people don't like talking about good branding and other people don't care
Mm.
about certain things. But um I think when I got into especially like when I was getting on Jesse Itzler's radar, I was marketing myself. It wasn't
Oh,
selling, it was
true.
marketing. Like
Right.
we turned ourselves into the banana girls. It was me and my best friend. We like used to dress up as bananas. We had banana shirts, banana suits. Like, how do you stand out amongst people? We branded ourselves. Um, it honestly, I think, probably goes back to my dad. My dad was an is an entrepreneur too, and I don't think he would have ever thought that he's good at branding, but he is good at personal branding. Like he just
Yeah.
naturally did it. Like he always wore this like very specific t-shirt and he always wore like flip-flops year round, like even in the winter. He always had a favorite drink and he was very like had a couple interests that he liked. So like if you try to buy my dad a gift, you knew what he liked. Like he had these very niche interests that he made known and he dressed a very specific way. So there was just things that were on brand for him because he was consistent. And then you realize like, oh, that's what Steve Jobs is like. Oh, that's what Jesse's like. If Jesse's ever between two outfits and he's asking me before he goes on stage, I'm like, the blue t-shirt with the blue headband, like that's your brand. Like, why would we go away from that? So it's like just being known for something, like when you appreciate it, like I've leaned into that over time. And the more I brand myself or anything that we're doing, the more successful it is. So
Yeah.
I've just leaned into it and to that as opportunities have come up.
Yeah, that's awesome. You were talking about the videos and stuff that you did on Instagram to do it was like a hill race, right? At Jesse's like had this small group of people that he invited over. Can you talk a little bit about that for people who aren't familiar with that story?
Yeah, so Jesse Itzler has a race in his backyard. It's a backyard race called Hell
Still?
on the Hill. Still,
He's still okay.
it's the 11th anniversary of it this year. So it's he has the steepest hill you've ever seen at his house in Connecticut, like ever. I've never seen a backyard like this in my life. And it started with a group of friends over the summer saying, "Do you think you could climb this 100 times?" And people were like, "No, I don't." And some people were like, "I think you could." And they just did it as a challenge one day as friends, and people did it. People like completed, but it was very hard.
Yeah.
And they put a 4-hour cap on it. And the next year they invited more friends. The next year more friends wanted to come. And now it's a full blown charity driven event where
Oh, nice.
100 people climb it every year, and Jesse and his wife Sarah Blakely donate $1,000 for each person who attempts the hill.
What? Is 4 hours like enough time?
It's
Is it
enough
hard?
time, but it's challenging. Like you can take some breaks, but not real. Like you have to just
Yeah.
like keep going. They have friends who are Olympic athletes. They have friends who the only endurance event they do all year is the hill. So
No way.
there's a way different skill level on the hill. It's just about being out there. It's like a very loving environment. It's not competitive. And it's about like the first 2 hours of the event are people standing up and saying what their charity is and why. And
Oh,
then you
cool.
go out and do the race. So it's like actually the most incredible event. That's the side of it that no one talks about, but it's one
Yeah,
of the most special days of the whole year because everyone has like a big why that's on display. And um,
I love
it's
that.
just the best people ever. But that's their friends. Like everyone there is friends or family, and they posted about it on Instagram like so long ago, like 2017, 2016. I remember seeing this online, and I was like, this is crazy. I want to do this race. And I came up with this online campaign, me and my friend, to make 100 videos representing the 100 hills. And we
Yeah,
would post ourselves running up and down a hill. And the next video would be wearing a different outfit running up and down a hill. And we would just be like comedians slash storytelling slash being weird, dancing, dressing up as bananas in like a gym surrounded by people, like just being entertaining. The videos were so bad, but there was 100 of them over like
right.
300 days. And right, like 2 weeks before Hell on the Hill in 2019, Jesse was like, "If you lunatics wanna come, you're
Right.
invited." So
And
that's how I met him.
was it so it was the hill that drew you and not Jesse Itzler, like, originally?
I think it's, like, one and the same. It's someone
Okay.
like, I wasn't going there to be best friends with Jesse. I was going there because I was attracted to what was going on. Like he
Yeah.
is the person who came up with that. He attracts people who want to be part of something like that. Like he's super positive and thinks things like that are fun, and he's unserious about it. And like so yeah, like I'm attracted to his energy, but I'm also attracted to what they're doing, and I knew
Yeah.
no one in my life that was approaching things like that way, and I was like I just want to be there.
Yes. Yeah.
And so, like, the relationship started there, like, the friendship and everything that we have turned into started there, but it was, like, all of it, not just, like, him or just the hill.
Okay, gotcha. Are you
Yeah.
doing it this year?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your charity?
I do it for the MS Society. Me
Okay,
and me and
awesome.
my best friend do it for it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's, like, a great way to get to know people too, right? To see what their charity is and,
Oh,
like, what
you
I mean,
learn
that's
things
amazing.
about people, like, the most personal things that you can learn about somebody, and it's like everyone's like holding their coffee. It's like, right, the sun is rising. You're learning about everyone's big why. And then you go do something hard. And so, like, if you're ever feeling bad about yourself, someone just talked about how they're doing it for the Wounded Warriors Project.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're doing it for the person that you're running for. And all your problems, like, all I have to do today is run on the hill with a DJ going and my friends. And it's summer. Like, life is
Yeah.
good, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, how does running, like, play a role in your life, or has it?
Right now, running is social for me. Running is different depending what season I'm in. So what
Yeah.
I've trained for big races, and right now running is more of just like a pure joy social thing. I don't go out and just run by myself right now, but I do go out and run with friends all the time.
Yeah.
But I've also been in different seasons where I'm running 6 days a week for 8 months at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because you've done some pretty big things, right? You've done
yeah,
100 miler, you've done
I've done
the rim to
100K.
rim to rim, right?
Yep.
Oh,
I've
that's,
done
yep.
rim trim trim 3 times.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
was yeah, probably never again. Like, I know, like, people, like, say that, I'm like, "No, I'll do rim to rim for sure." I would love
For
to
sure.
take a
Yeah.
lot of people on that, but rim trim to rim, I feel like I've checked that box, like, one too many times.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I have a fun game to get to know you a little bit.
Okay,
It is a would you rather. So we
okay,
have some silly questions, some running questions, and some creative questions.
okay.
So we'll start with silly. Would you rather sneeze for the rest of your life or hiccup?
Sneeze.
Oh, it's a messy one. Um, would you? Oh, I feel like this is a good one for you. Would you rather always skip instead of walk, or always sing instead of speak?
Um, skip instead of walk. I do
um,
actually sing when I speak a lot, but I still think I would choose skip.
okay. Feel like I could see that just from what I've seen of you on Instagram. Um, toilet paper, over or under?
I don't care.
Okay.
Like, it
I'm
doesn't
very
I
much
always think about
over.
I'm always like, I know people care about this, but I don't know which way they like every single time, I don't
Oh,
know.
it's over. It's 100%. I will change it. I will change it.
That's so
Um,
funny.
all right. For running, are you more of a trail or more of a road?
Trail.
Okay. Um, if you're running, would you rather have no socks or no sports bra?
No sports bra. I mean, no socks, no
No
socks. I'd
socks.
rather have no socks, yeah. I
Right.
need the sports
So,
bra.
yeah,
Otherwise, I'm
exactly.
running I have small boobs, and I would have to be running with my hands on there
On-
still, like, I don't yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I think I'd agree with that though. I don't know. Dude, feet are so important though. I'd have to think. These are hard for me. See,
Yeah.
overthinker. I can't do them. Um, run alone or run in a big group.
Big group.
Yep, I think you actually just mentioned that. Writing or reading. These are more creative.
Um, Reading.
Okay.
I do write more, but, actually enjoyment, reading.
Okay. Are you reading anything right now? Anything good?
No, I have to start a new book. I just got Start With Yourself by Emma Grede, that I would like to start. I just finished the Akatar series.
Okay.
Actually, I think I might have one more in the Akatar series, but I just read, they're, 600-page fantasy books.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do one more. Lose your phone or lose your keys.
Um, I lose both all the time. I would rather lose my keys, but I'm okay if I lose my phone.
Now that one I thought about because I would rather lose my phone because I can like ping it with like something else so I can find it. I lose
I'd
my phone
rather
all the
lose my
time.
phone just to have a break, you know what I mean?
Well, that's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Um, okay, more fun. I have a bunch of questions that I just have in a pile here just to pick out. Um, so first one, can you name one person who inspires you right now?
Um, my dad inspires me right now. He just started going through cancer treatment,
Oh my
which
god.
sucks. But his
Wow.
attitude around it is so like right when he got diagnosed, I was asking him how he's feeling, and he said he's 60, and he said, it's not often that you get to experience something new. I was like, oh my God,
Wow,
dad.
not many people would say that. Yeah,
No.
wow.
And obviously he doesn't think this is like a fun experience, but he just has the best attitude you can. So it's just very inspiring to see where a positive mindset can take you even when things are pretty rough.
Yeah, and you're so close to your family. I see
Mhm.
that. Like, oh, you're constantly there. And you happy birthday to your sister, by the way.
Yeah, happy
Side note,
birthday,
but
April.
wow. So that's tough, though. I'm sure. I mean, I know you're really close to your dad, so I'm sorry to hear that. But God bless him for that attitude, for
Yep.
real.
The
That's
attitude's
crazy.
insane. I love it.
Yeah. Um. All right. What is the main characteristic you look for in other people?
As a first impression, I I like to figure out if people are genuine, I think would be the first thing. If I think people who are different than me are interesting as long as they're being authentic to themselves. I like people who are confident, but I don't mean as in a bravado way, but just someone who knows themselves and is genuine in how they're presenting who they are.
Yeah.
I think that as a first impression is important.
That's also, like, the kind of people that I like to surround myself with to, like, just kind of get that energy too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, people who aren't leading with ego or what you think you want to hear, or I don't know, there's so many things you can lead with, but when people just lead with themselves as they are, those are the most interesting people to me.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I feel like when you do those challenges, like when you the hill and all that stuff, I mean, that's surrounding yourself with those kind of people, right?
I also think when you do things where, by running so much, when you suffer with people, even if it's
Yes.
at an hour long run, towards the hour end of the hour, you it's hard to be fake. Once you
Yeah.
it kind
Yes.
of gets down to who people are pretty quick. So I like being
Yeah.
in those environments.
Didn't you do a race with a bunch of people that you work with? Or maybe you still work with them? It was almost like, you guys work together so much better after having gone through that because nothing seemed like that
I
big of a
mean, I've
deal.
done so many things with my work and my life are very intermingled. So like I've done hell on the hill with a lot of people I've worked with. I've
Yeah.
done one of the CEO of our sauna business paced me in my 100-mile race before she was a part of our sauna business. Like we which was like the hardest thing I've done. I've
Yeah.
done rim to rim to rim and 29 with Jesse and his friends, and then I pace my friends that I work with in their 100-mile race, and we've run from San Diego to LA together. It's like all people that I work with where
Mm,
we've been through suffering together and helping each other and stressful situations, and we've done
yeah.
it very calmly. So then when we go into the workplace, like when fire drills or things that
Yeah.
are essentially stressful happen, we're not panicking because all of us like it almost is like people joke, should it be a requirement to like run a marathon or a 100-mile race when you work here? Because if you've done those things, then you just panic less. Like we're gonna
Yeah.
just figure out how to get through the challenge versus the first thing that we go to is like an elevated heart rate because we've
Yeah.
just like been in bad situations electively before, and
Right.
we've learned that way. We like things that are inconsequential, like m- something is going really wrong on my run, like only affects me and it's gonna be okay. But I still have to troubleshoot something that's putting me into like a little bit of a tailspin. And you do that enough and it's hard to like rock
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, and I think with a 100-miler especially, like, there are so many times when you have to think on your feet, so it does help with the creativity and that part of it. But, what was the 100-miler? Have you just done one 100-miler?
I've done one solo 100-miler. I've done a relay, but like I've done one 100-miler that I did by myself.
And what was that?
That was the Hennepin 100. It's along the Hennepin Canal in Illinois. It's super flat. It's
Oh,
a flat
Illinois.
100. Mhm.
Okay. And, when was that?
That was 2024.
Oh, I mean, that's not that long ago. It
Mhm.
doesn't yeah, that's, like, kind of recent. So, that was, like, the hardest you think that's the hardest thing that you've done, like, physically challenge-wise?
Yeah, but it's not both things that have been like the hardest thing for me haven't been when I think about what was really hard about that, it was the sleep deprivation.
Okay.
It's,
I've
like,
heard that.
paired with the
Yeah.
physical, but it's, like, when you're pushing your body for that long, it's not just that it's, like, 3 in the morning, it's 3 in the morning and I've been running for 20 hours. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
it's, like, the level of fatigue
Fatigue, yeah.
pushing through that is so that's what's, like, the hardest thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you train for that? Like, I kind of feel like you might be the kind of person that will be like, "I'm gonna do a 100-miler and do it," but did you train for it?
I trained for the 100. The 100 was, like I trained really hard for that.
Okay.
I trained for, like, 8 months for the
Wow,
100-miler.
okay.
Mhm. Like,
Damn.
really hard for 6, and I took that training, like, super seriously because I, like, really put it out there, and I was like, I have to go in knowing that I did everything I can to make this a good experience." But I am someone who has run, like, marathons on a whim. I've done, like, very big challenges on a whim, but, like, 100's a tough one to do on a whim if you've never done one on a whim. Like, even if I
Yeah.
did one on a whim, again, like, I would break my body, but also, like, I know how to eat. I know about all the aid stations and how to fuel and how to hydrate. Like, there's so much I know now from going through training for one and doing one that, like, raw dogging and your first 100, I think is, like, pretty
That's
crazy,
oh my
and
yeah,
I
now that
don't
I think yeah.
recommend it.
No, that's kind of like a yeah. I
Training
sometimes
for it was hard.
I I listen to my podcast episodes back, and I'm like, What? Like, why did you think that could possibly happen?" But
Listen,
these are just
people
the
do
things that come in my
things
head.
pe
Yeah.
I've had friends who have done it on way less training, and it's, like, really psychotic, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I had my whole family out there to crew me. I had friends the friend I talked about who runs our sauna business now, she flew in. I had a friend that I had met at a wedding, like, a month before, like, a brand new friend drive 7 hours to help, like,
Yeah.
I had people flying in from LA, I had my parents driving from Michigan, and it's like, if all these people are showing up for me in such a massive way, like, I'm finishing this freaking race, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
calling upon this favor for everyone without doing my job.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you, did you hallucinate or anything like that? I feel like that's a big thing in 100
No, I
milers.
just started, like, falling asleep while I was running, so I like,
Oh,
when I see people just running and, like, there's like, "I'm hallucinating now," my body just passes out way before then. Like, it's just like,
it's
"Oh,
like,
no,
no.
we're not even getting like, that we can't even get there."
That's hilarious. Um, so no more 100 milers or maybe
I would do another one.
yeah,
It's like, I just know what it takes to train for it,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
and I really think I can do 2 things really well at once, and right now, I'm doing, like, my social life and work well, and
yeah,
so, like, training can't be well if both of those are, like, super well.
yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna ask also, like, what your top, like, 3 priorities are right now.
Yeah, my top 3 priorities are social, which, like, does include my family, so, like, just,
Yeah,
like, the people in my life. I moved to New York City a year ago, and it's kind of like my last destination for the foreseeable future. I've moved a lot in the past 10 years,
mhm,
11 years, like, a lot, and I wanna create community. I know how to do it from moving so fast, so I'm just kind of doing it in a hyperdrive so I can, like, build a base here, um, and then have it.
yeah,
So that's a huge priority. Family, especially with, like, the things we have going on, and then work, and then the 3rd priority is health right now, but, like, health, not in a training way, just, like, eat good, walk a ton, weight lift, like, I still think it's, like, a lot for it's all relative, right? It depends who you're talking to, but for me, it's, like, I'm not putting anything, like, competitive around that or any big goals around that at this moment in time. It's just all for enjoyment, but it's prioritizing in a consistency way.
so, if you don't have, like, that big like, 'cause talking about the big ass calendar, I'm thinking of it like, "Okay, I need a big, like, physical goal." I feel like that's the first thing that comes to mind. So, like, what's your goal and what are some, like, other goals that people put as their big, like, Misogi?
The past like, since 2018, I've had all physical goals, but I mean, everyone's always talking to me about their goals, so there are good, like, non-physical misogis, but, like, I've climbed Mount Whitney, which is, like, the highest point in the United States. I did that with my family. I do like doing a lot of things with people. I did my
Yeah.
100K, 100-miler, rim to rim to rim. Um, Hell on the Hill was a misogi that year, and but I will also even say, like, last year um, New York City Marathon was a huge misogi. It's
Oh,
just, like,
cool.
such a once and, like, I would love to do it again, but the first time you get to do it, like, that is just such a once it's
Yeah.
the most amazing you feel
It's
like Taylor
amazing.
Swift, like, everyone's screaming for you, like, a million people are screaming for you while you're running for, like, 4 it's the best time,
It's
and
nonstop cheering, yeah.
nonstop cheering, and we trained hard, and we raised so much money, so it's just, like, so year defining. Um, Last year I did this big backpacking trip with my best friends through the Alps, so that was a lot of planning, getting, like, a lot
Mm,
of people together to do this physical thing. Every day was hard and magical, but it's all you had to do all day. It's just we always wanna do, like, a European hut-to-hut backpacking trip, and then also last year, we did a surprise birthday party for my parents, so that's, like, a non-physical one, but we basically, like, threw a surprise wedding for them, like, we had the DJ and the catering and, like, bartenders and cleared out like, had all this furniture brought in, and it was just, invited 150 people, and it's like it is when people have, like, weddings and stuff, it's year defining, it's, like, huge.
true, yeah.
So, to me, like, I'll always remember 2025, I threw a surprise party for my parents. So,
Yeah.
it was hard, it required sacrifice and challenge. It was for someone else, but it was super important in my
To you.
life,
Yeah.
and it required like, I couldn't take another big goal at the time. Like, it
Yeah.
required all my extra time. Um, And then I met this guy in the past year who said, the physical ones don't really resonate with me. He was 38 and he said, but I've always wanted to learn the piano. And I thought, like, I haven't learned it by now, probably not going to. And then he goes, I picked this beautiful song and I was like, well, what if I could play this? And he signed up for piano lessons. And for 3 months straight, like every day, practice for an hour every day, it took him to learn this song. And then
Yeah.
he continued lessons. He can fully play the piano after making that like his goal.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
it's
okay.
inspiring. It's like, okay, we
Yeah.
can like draw new things into our life all the time. A big thing that I've been eyeing for this year, mine has changed a little bit. Like with talking about my dad, I've had to kind of switch my priorities a little bit. But
Mhm.
something like if once I get through the next few months and kind of see how some things go, something I was excited about at the beginning of this year was learning how to free dive. I'm like very uncomfortable in the water.
Yeah, same.
And so like I've done triathlons and stuff to try to overcome
Mhm.
it, like, makes it worse after, like, people, like, kick me in the
Oh
face while I'm
god,
swim
yeah.
like, it's like, that
No.
didn't help actually.
Yeah, right, no.
Um, so I was like, "Okay, if I could get comfortable free diving," a dream of mine has always been able to go dive with whales. So I was like, that would
Uh,
be, like, my physical thing paired with, like, a bucket list goal
yeah,
that
that'd
would
be
take, like,
awesome.
a lot of time, resources, everything to, like, really make the most out of that moment.
Yeah.
So that's something that's, like, really high up on my list, but the New York City Marathon's also, like, back up on my list. Like, Jesse might be running it with, like, this country singer. Like, if it ends up happening, it's gonna be just, like, so fun and insane. So I'm
Oh,
like,
man.
I could train
Yeah.
with the for the New York City Marathon again if that's on the table.
Dude, that would be amazing. That's super helpful, no though, like, to think about, like, different goals, and even sometimes things change, right? I
Yep.
mean, like, the point is to be intentional,
Mhm.
and that's something that the reason I got the calendar is I'm a person who's, like, very spontaneous, and it just gets me in trouble because then I overload myself, and then I can't do any of it because 'cause I'm just overwhelmed with everything I have picked. So, the intentionality is, like, huge. So I definitely wanted to learn a little bit more and share a little bit more about, some of these goals and, for people who don't wanna do a fitness goal. Like, even though I am a runner and running's very important to me, sometimes I don't want it to be the, like, main thing I focus on,
Yeah.
sometimes I want it to be something else.
Yeah, and I think most people, if you're quiet with yourself long enough, have something that's kind of been itching in the back of their
Mhm.
head. Maybe
Yeah.
it's you've always wanted to write a book or start a company or, like, plan a specific trip or explore a triathlon, do a dance recital, take singing lessons. And like, I had a friend just do a stand up comedy class and then
Oh, wow.
perform stand up comedy. So, like, the Misogi would have been the stand up comedy night, but he like prepared for it, learned how to do it, and like invited people to watch him do this. And I was
Oof.
like, oh my God.
Dude,
Like,
that's terrifying.
no,
No way.
terrifying, but it can
Yeah.
look I think he told me, he's like, "I had been itching about it for so long,"
Yeah.
and then he said that he saw, like, one of my clips talking about it, and he goes, "Yeah, I just need to do it. Like, what am I
Yeah.
waiting for? Like, I'm just gonna wanna do this forever, like, I'm gonna do it." I think it's just knowing that it's never, like, the perfect right time to do anything that you're excited about, so if you're excited about something, like, prioritize it because you can a lot of the things that I think if you're not intentional with your time, you're not necessarily doing things that are super important to you, and by
Yeah.
putting goals big and small on the calendar, you are now prioritizing things that matter, like, when you get to the end of 2026, what are like, do you have mini adventures on the calendar? Like, did you take one-on-one trips with your kid? Like, did you go to the concerts that you wanted to go to or like the local races or did you take the pottery class? Like, there's so many things that are on like people's to-do lists and they get to the end of the year and we're like, "Oh, I like literally haven't done any of those things," or "I haven't seen my college friends in a long time," or "I wanted to see my parents while I saw them twice." If you
Yeah.
The only way these things happen is if you plan it in advance, and
Mhm.
I used to live as, like, a completely spontaneous person, and when I started committing and plane when I started booking flights, booking the concert tickets, booking the race, planning my vacations, instead of being, like, afraid of what would happen, like, that I would miss out on instead, like, there's been very few times in my life where I wanted to do, like, the random plan that came up more than the plan I committed to,
Right.
because I signed up for something that I really wanted to do, so something would have had to be, like, unbelievable
Mhm.
for me to not,
Yeah.
wanna do something that I already wanted to do, and I used to really overthink that stuff, and now it's like I just book it, and yeah, I'm always gonna miss out on something. I miss out on more than ever, but you just can't be everywhere. So might as well be somewhere that you intentionally wanted to be.
Yeah, and I think, you know, uh, what is really cool is that this gives you something like you said, like for the year, it's like your thing that you remember about that year. And I think what I had been doing is like kind of I'd get to the end of the year and then going backwards and being like trying to pull something, okay, what is this year?
Mhm.
So doing kind of the opposite way. So I think it's gonna be really interesting, I think exciting to like be intentional and actually know what my year is gonna be about before it happens. And
I think
that
such an
yeah,
important thing about that, like what's gonna change if you do that is the most underrated thing is having something to look forward to. Like how much that
oh,
affects your everyday mental well-being. Like everyone knows what it feels like when you book a trip and you get to look forward to going on vacation. Like
right.
we all know that feeling. It's so energizing and fun and you tell all your friends about it. You get new clothes for it. You research it. Like it's exciting. You can have that all the time. Like it doesn't need if you book like a comedy show or a pottery class or a walk with a friend or a trip home to see like if you have these things on your calendar throughout the year and you have like a big goal, like you get to talk about all those things. You get to be excited about them versus just like randomly going. Now you get to be excited. There's a lead up all the time. And the goal is to like
Yep.
have lead ups all throughout the year. I think it makes you better in everything else that you're doing in your life because your energy does go up. Like, I think a lot of people will look at how I live my life and like, oh, I'd be exhausted. But I'm excited all the time. Like, there's so
Right.
much going on. Like, I get to look forward to things all the time. I'm never like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't have anything going on. Like, I get to look forward to seeing people and trying new things and working towards things that I care about. And so that's why I have the energy I have. Like, I don't think I have like an energetic disposition. Actually, love being a couch potato. Like I would love to just like rot all the time. Like my disposition is like I love to sleep.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm like so sure like when I have things to look forward to how much it changes how I show up in the world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, talking about like fatigue, I think it actually makes sense that it gives you more energy because a lot of the time the things that are exhausting are deciding like what to
Oh,
do.
but that's exact so like that is like the exact point. So
Yeah.
in a perfect world, you buy the big ass calendar in October or November, something like before the end of the year, okay?
Yep. Yep.
And you start mapping out like how do I want next year to look? It's so weird actually when you think about it. Our most finite resource, the thing that literally affects every single day of our lives, time. That we don't
Mhm.
spend more time planning out how we spend our time. Like we'll do it weekly, monthly, maybe a vacation a year, whatever. But why don't you take some time blocks and be
Yep.
like, okay, next year, okay, I really want to take that trip I've always wanted to do. That requires this much time. Let me put that on the calendar and let me put it in the weddings that I have and let me put like the couple birthdays I'm committed to or baby showers or okay, I really want to run this race. Okay, let me like plot it all out on the
Yeah.
calendar. I know I'm going to have this work convention and you're like, okay, well, maybe that's not the perfect time for my trip, but like let me shift it a little bit over and like architect your year so that
Yeah.
you're doing all the things you wanted to do and like pull up like, oh, I really wanted to see the Killers or Coldplay in concert. Find out if they're touring, mark off where you would see
Yes.
them so you don't
Yeah.
forget about all these things like what's all the things I want to do. It's the most fun exercise. Like how do I want to spend my year? Like do I want to see my college friends? Do I want to go camping? Okay, well, camping I'm probably not going to do in the winter. So or if I want to go
Right.
on a ski trip, I have 3 months to do it. So once you start actually thinking about all the things you want to do, there's time blocks where you can do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, why wouldn't you create it intentionally like like anything else in your life? Like when you put that time in, you free up so much energy, like you were saying, for the rest of the year.
Dude,
Like
I'm telling you, Taylor, I'm so excited. I'm excited to get my 2027 calendar. I mean, I feel like 2026 is like my practice, like
yep.
figuring out how to use it, but I'm so excited to get my 2027 calendar.
And we're
Yeah.
literally about to launch it because people are begging for it because the
Yeah.
people who have used the calendar are now planning like we are about to be in May and people are planning they're 2027. They've
Yeah.
been using the calendar, like, why can't I get this at you've been encouraging me to plan, like, give
Now
me the
yeah.
calendar, and but, like, it's so true. Like, I
Yeah,
already know,
I'm
like, some
excited.
things I'm doing next year. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to see how it all flows together versus going, like, week by week, month by month.
Yeah, and I think I was partially I was doing part of it, just not the, like, not the actual, like, events, right? So, like, at the end of the year, I always do, like, a vision board. So,
Mhm.
my thing was, like, I put on pictures of things that I want this year to be about. Like, my big thing this year is, like, reconnecting spirituality with, like, my religion and all that. And so but, like so that's, like, an idea, right? But I wasn't being like, "Well, how am I gonna do that?" Right? In order to make progress on some of these, like, goals on my vision board, you need to have, like, things that you're gonna do, like actual things.
I'm trying to remember the quote by my friend. It's like, "Goals without a date is a fantasy." It's like, you need
Yes.
to pair, like, goals with a date, like, whether it's, like, a race or people, like, are like, "I wanna lose 10 pounds." Okay, by when? Like,
Right.
like, just saying things that are like, until something's paired with a date, like, every goal needs a date. So that's
Yeah.
where, like, the calendar comes in, and
Perfect.
then you have like, it's accountability now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're committing to something and you're gonna get it done now that you've put it down.
Yeah. It's I mean, and we hear it all the time. It's just like I get so excited talking about it because I know it's gonna be so transformational.
But I would say don't wait
Yeah.
till next year, because one of our co-founders, because the calendar existed before the company did. The first time he ever used the calendar, he was like, "I got it in September," and he goes, "From September to December, I had done like 5 times more than I did the rest of my year because I just like implemented the system in September. Like,
Yes.
I put mini adventures in my calendar. I put a Masogi on my calendar. I did like a winning habit, and like, I got so much more out of my year by seeing how I spent my time. Like,
Yeah.
it's always like the perfect time to start."
I'm telling you, I got mine in April and I mean, I was like my year was like already started, but the rest of the year, like I mean, it's
We
already
still have
getting
so
filled
much
up and we
time.
still have so much time.
Yep.
And I love we talked about the Misogi, but there's Kevin's rule, which is every other month, right? Planning some mini adventure, which
Yep.
is like, I mean, that's and I'll tell you, I wanted to hear like what some of your ideas or some cool ideas that you've seen, but um I have to tell you mine because I was like, wow, I would never would have like these are things that I thought of, but they're so random. Like they're just random. Like I want to go country line dancing.
Love.
Like so random. What I want to go to the zoo. I
Yep.
don't like these like things that like they're little, they're not like super expensive, but they're just things that like I've been like, oh, that would be fun like at one point in my life. And I just think about them and yeah, I mean, amazing.
Yeah, we say like to do 3 things. Like, when within the calendar philosophy, our founder Jesse Itzler has been sharing this concept, which is put a year defining event on your calendar that's your Misogi. It's like you're revolving your whole year around it. Like, that's like your big goal. Then it's putting many adventures on your calendar and picking 6. The 6 comes from every other month. You can give up a day to do something you wouldn't normally do. Like, as adults, you become really routined a lot of time, and this is to ensure you break out of the routine, whether it's
Yes.
a class, a show, a race. It can be a ski trip, right? It could be an expensive ski trip, or it could be, I've always wanted to polar plunge the river down the street with my friends. And it's just like putting it on the calendar so like everyone's going to go plunge the river together on that date. And it's like, okay, what are those 6 things? I mean, I do like 50 a year now for Kevin's rule. Like, once you
You
start
do.
implementing
Yeah.
these new things to your life, it's like addicting, and you're like, "Oh, it's not hard to do like a new thing." It's a muscle. Like, when you're like, "I want to try this new fitness class," or "I want to do a picnic in the park with my friends," or "There's always been this local free concert that I've never gone to. Like, we're going this Friday," and
Yeah.
putting it on the calendar to do it. And people have told me about one-on-one trips they've taken with their kids, staycations they've done with their significant others, like theme parties they've thrown, anything that's just like, this has been on my mind and it's different from my everyday. I'm going to look forward to it. It's fun. And it could be $0 signs to $5 signs. It could be like
Yeah.
trying that Michelin star restaurant, or it could be like the dive, like the famous dive down the street that you've just like honestly never been to.
And what's
So,
really cool about it is that at the end of the year, you have all these things that you probably would have forgotten about that you
mhm.
did. But you can be like, "Oh my god, yeah, I did that." And you keep yours, right? You keep all of your
I
calendars, which is cool.
I it what it is like when you're a kid, you're experiencing newness all the time. So like that's when you like say that you have like a core memory.
Mhm.
It's you're experiencing like this newness, you're learning all the time. And as adults, like we haven't been taught or encouraged to like bring newness into our lives. And when you do that, when you break up your routine, you create like memories you can hang on to. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, if I said like, what did you do in 2025? You might have a hard time. Like if I said like, what did you do in 2025 or 2024? You might look at me and be like, I'm not sure. Or maybe you did like run a marathon that was important to you, but then I'm like, okay, like what else did you do? And people's days and weeks and months just kind of roll together. And we don't want that to happen to people. We want people to be like, I went on this girls' trip with my friends from college and I did the polar plunge down the street, or I did this big, like, I got into like this acro yoga group by the beach, or like, there's so
Yeah.
many things where like I finally tried my favorite restaurant. I went on this pub crawl through whatever. I went on this trip to like Chicago. It could just be whatever's important. But if you mix up your life
Yeah.
and those are the things you remember, you like don't remember the day to day. It's
Well, and
just
that's
hard.
and if you think about it in the end, right? Like all you are is your memories.
Mhm.
So, oh my god, that would be such a cute little video of like an old person looking back at their big calendars.
Yeah, we're just trying to be, like, really
Yeah.
interesting old people.
Yes. I
Yes.
love yes. Um and then the other part of the calendar is
Winning habits.
the winning
So
habits. Yeah.
calendar season is like, everyone wants to buy their calendar, like, between November and February, so they're very much in the New Year's resolution state of mind. What
Yeah.
we're saying is that doesn't work. Like, we know that because everyone does it every year and they're like, I'm going to be a brand new person. And we want people to be the best version of themselves, but like, let's do it sustainably. The Misogi is going to make you a more new of a person than like you could ever imagine if you bite off like a big goal and prioritize yourself. Do that. But when it comes to habits, instead of trying to have like a 5-minute meditation and drink water and make your bed and work out 5 days, like all at once, just pick one per quarter. Like, if you get bored and master it, good for you. Like,
Right.
but it takes, like, over 60 days for people to cement a habit, so do it for a whole quarter, which is gonna be 4 new habits a month. So, you might feel like, "Okay, like, that doesn't feel like it's really challenging," but again, in 2025, did you do that? Like, did you implement 4 new habits? Because if I did a meditation practice and drink 100 ounces of water a day and, by the end of the year, like, my lifestyle is way different,
Yeah. You're
right?
different. Yeah.
But if people and then the next year and the next year, this compounds to like the person you want to be.
Yep.
So even though it feels like maybe you're under indexing on yourself, you're not. You're just doing it in a way that's sustainable. Like, so
And
last month, I really focused on getting my steps up. I was like, I fell off like over the winter. I'm going to like really prioritize my steps. And I was like, I'm getting over 12,000 steps a day. And I was like psychotic about it. And 90 days in, like it's just like part of my daily
part
life.
of yeah. Right,
And
exactly. It just
I don't
becomes who
think
you
about
are.
it. I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
obviously I'm going on a walk today, like a
Yeah.
couple times, by the way. Like that's just
Yeah.
part of my life now.
Right.
And so now when I'm focusing and using brain power to my next one, which is drinking water, I don't have to focus on steps anymore because steps is baked in.
It's already there.
Yeah.
And you can decide I mean, that's the thing, like, you can decide, like, if it's something that you wanna keep, doing, that's what you
Yeah.
learn through doing it, or if it's something that you're like, "I did that and, I'm gonna do something else." I mean, there's no way not to be transformed by using this system, and I'm sure that there's so much science to back up that, everything that you're doing,
There's
which
a lot
is
about
yeah.
writing down your goals
Yeah.
and accountability. And when you hang a 4-foot wide calendar on your wall, like that's accountability. Like if you decide every day that you're going to drink water, you put like a little circle on it or a little star and then you look at your
Yeah.
calendar and there's no stars on it. Like you it's not in your head, it's in the real world. Like you just are blatantly not showing up. Or if you're like, I want to see my parents 5 times this year and you don't mark it off on the calendar, do you want to see your parents 5 times this year? Like
Yeah.
if you did, make it like put it on the calendar. It's the only way it's going to happen. It's not going to magically be like, oh, I'm doing nothing this weekend. They're doing nothing this weekend. Flights are cheap or what, like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like the only way these things happen is if you put accountability to it.
Yeah. I mean, so you've got the big ass calendar, and I think something new, you're approaching college age kids now,
Hmm.
right? To try to get them are they do they have some cool ways of using it that's different than how we would use it?
So, yes, we have an academic calendar. It's for teachers and students. It
Oh,
follows
okay.
academic year. Like a lot of parents actually use
Oh,
it. Like even Jesse and Sarah use it. So Jesse and Sarah have their own calendar for them, which is like 2026, and then they have the class calendar because kids operate on the academic year.
I didn't know
Like
you had that. Yeah, okay.
yep. So that's why we're marketing towards college kids because I mean, I would have loved this in college. There's just so much going on. You have all of your social events, your clubs, like big tests, breaks, like, and to see it how it all flows together, like
Okay.
it's like a visual diary. I think for college kids, it's like fun. Like you get to
Yes.
see everything that you've done. You're moving at such a fast pace, and it's just when I've lived with my last roommate, like my best friend, we used to share a calendar and put like all the fun things we were doing on it. And we would be like sitting at dinner looking at our calendar and be like, we've done so much cool stuff. And it's just, you forget unless you're reflecting on it all the time. So it's just like a boost to put everything
Yeah.
on. But when we've started to ask college kids like market our calendar and like how they interpret it, it's funny because I think they're kind of feeling there is a huge lean towards analog products. Like there's so much coming from your phone. That
Mm,
generation is very much like so much stuff is online. They in such an intense way. There's online classes, all their friends. It's like there's all the text messaging and social media like didn't exist when I was a kid like that.
yep.
And they're like burnt out of it. So it's just a
Yep.
way for you to have goals and tracking that gets you off your phone. It's non-distracting. Like people will
Oh,
be like an analog calendar. What about Google and what about Outlook, whatever. I use all of those. Like I have dentist appointments. I have like 18 Zooms a day. I have meetings. Like, yes, those are all on those calendars. My big ass calendar is reserved for everything that I personally want to do. There's
yeah.
some work trips on it because I track all of my travel, but it's all of my big goals for myself. It's how I spend my time. It's my friends that I'm seeing. It's my habits. And so, like, it is the way I prioritize myself and am excited about the year that I'm living.
That's awesome. I mean, I think I know that instead of our vision board party, we are gonna be doing a big ass
I think you do
calendar
both. Like
party.
that's I'm gonna do so many of those parties this year. Like
Yeah.
it's a vision board plus calendar. It's like making it all
Oh,
like, okay,
okay.
do the vision board. How do you want it to look? Okay, so what does that mean? You just put a bunch of concerts on your list. Like, okay, let's book. Let's mark off some some concert dates. Like if you wanted to move, like let's pick the time of year that you wanted to move. Like let's actually put some dates around this vision.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, I'm pumped. I'm so excited. So what else do you have going on besides like what else are you excited about?
So under like the 100 mile group with
Mhm.
Jesse, there's the Big Ass Calendar, All Day Running Co., which is a running apparel company. There's a sauna apparel company, so that's sauna hats. So if anyone
Oh, oh, oh.
sauna hats protect your hair, and we like make really fun sauna hats
Okay.
that are really high quality. Then we have a running festival called Running Man.
Yes, I saw
Yep.
that. Yes. Okay, cool.
And then Jesse Itzler's like personal brand, so like books,
Yeah.
speeches, everything. So we have a lot going on all the time. Um, we just got back this past week. We did a leadership retreat at Duke University. We had Tom Brady call in, which was insane. I had
What?
high expectations for him, but like he was remote. So you're like, okay, I can only be so good. No, this man showed up with 20 out of 10 energy. And every word he said, you were like, oh my God, like I can't forget
Wha-
this. I learned so much from him and he was wonderful. And then Coach K was there and he did
Oh
an
my
amazing
gosh.
breakout with
Yeah.
us. Um, Kirby Smart, who's the coach for Georgia football, was there. All of these, and Coach Lawson's the Duke coach now. I mean, they were so like my brain is tired still
Yeah.
because it was absorbing so much. It was all for leaders and I'm a new CEO and I learned so much. Like I have so much to implement and digest, but people were going nuts about it and we have a couple more retreats this year. So there's always something going on, but I just came off of the Duke retreat and it was very cool.
Dude, that's incredible. I mean, what an incredible experience, and I wanna be Taylor. You have an amazing life, and I know you're super busy. I really appreciate your time today. It's been super fun to learn from you, and, yeah, I look forward to, you know, doing my 2027 big ass calendar.
Yes. Amazing. Thanks so
Alright.
much for having me. It's so nice to
Yeah.
talk and meet you.
Yep. Alright, thanks, Taylor.